Well, hello, YouTube world, YouTube land. This is Brenda with Plan and Preserve. Where have I been? Great question. That's a great question. Where have I been? I've been contemplating on where I'm going. Last time I left you, we were talking about nice little hot chocolate gifts and gifts in a jar, vanilla matcha latte, which was so yummy, and pumpkin spice, spiced chia, and mulled apple cider. Delicious, delicious. And yeah, that's early. It was in September, I believe it was. This is so today is October 31st, the end of October. So it's been a while. It's been a hot mess since then. I had started going through a process in my personal life while updating things on my channel, and that's where I've been. Where am I going? So I'm not sure right now where my channel's going, and I hope you will bear with me. I hope maybe you'll say, you know, I'd like to tag along. Maybe there's something I can learn there. I will link to a video I pulled together on October the 6th or 7th. Sorry, I had an interruption there. Where was I? Oh, in October. I'm going to play that video here in a minute and then come back. So roll the beautiful bean footage. Hello, YouTube land. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this video. Just wanted to take a moment and capture this, me, in time. Today is October 7th, 2025, and basically, and I'm over 50, maybe a little more. I'm over 60. I'll be 62 this December. And most of my life, I've struggled with obesity. I like to blame it on, I started having to take Depo-Provera shots in my 20s due to some female issues. And that year I gained 80 pounds and I haven't been able to go back. Now, a lot of I'm not eating good. I'm not taking, made great choices. I've tried Weight Watchers several times before it went to points and then after on points, and both times I lost a significant amount of weight, but fell off that wagon, gained it all back. I tried low carb. I've tried calorie reduction, you know, exercise, calories in, calories out. I've tried the pregnancy hormone diet where you take these drops on your tongues, you limit yourself to 500 calories. And I did lose some weight there. And the one thing that really stood out to me on that diet, my ankles stopped swelling. So I attributed that to salt. Well, I cut out salt, and salt is bad for you. Then I would go on to try others, and walking and exercising, and I tried keto. Actually, I tried it twice, and both times I did keto, I lost a significant amount of weight, had great results. My ankles stopped swelling. And the cue there was no sugar, not necessarily salt. Skin tags removed or disappeared. Restless legs went away. Gosh, there was several health significance I saw. But both times I fell off the wagon, and I like to attribute to stress. Stress really got me, and I would at work, and I'd fall off the wagon because I'd go pig out because I was stressed and mad at something that happened at work, and I'm not treated fair or whatever it was. So I'd fall off and struggled to get back on those diets. I believed in them. The health benefits should have been enough to motivate me, I thought. But I never could just get going. So a few years ago, I began being pre-diabetic. And I thought, I'll get this under control. Years went by, and I'll get this under control. Well, in August of this year, I had my blood work done, and my A1C was 6.7, so I was officially no longer but I was officially diabetic. And that was a wake-up call for me, I think. I hope it was enough to keep me going. It took me a while to kind of get in that groove of, I gotta change. When are you gonna change? I'm gonna change Monday. I'm gonna change next Monday. I'm gonna change September 1st. Well, September 1st came by and I totally forgot. I think it was a Monday. Actually. And then September 2nd came, and I'm like, okay, it's now or never. I have to go cold turkey, all in, no more excuses, no more pushing it out. If I'm going to do another blood work in 3 months, I have to stop now. So September the 2nd, I went keto. And yes, I struggled. Sugar cravings. I'm a sugar addict. I never used to think I was a sugar addict, but apparently I was. I had sugar withdrawals, moody, irritable. I felt horrible. Even though what I learned, I was drinking electrolytes, but it was the sugar, the detox that was making me feel ill. But after the first week, I think it was about a week, I started feeling better. During that month of September, I lost maybe a significant amount of weight. I don't have it here in front of me. But as I back up, January 1, the famous date in history, January 1, I'm going to start my diet. I did start trying to diet, sometimes I just eat 1 or 2 meals a day. I didn't do much, but over an 8-month period, I did manage to lose 3 pounds. Hey. So anyway, so I did lose a significant amount in September. And then the more and more I started listening to ketogenic diet on YouTube, you get motivated, which kept pushing me towards the carnivore diet. And I had heard of the carnivore diet. I just didn't think I could do it. But the more I listened to the carnivore part of it, I'm like, this is the answer for me and my husband. We got to start the carnivore. So I convinced my husband to start. He started yesterday. And I started October 3rd, so this is my 5th day on carnivore. There are some things that I noticed before starting carnivore that had happened in my body. I've been diagnosed with arthritis and bursitis in my hips, so I can't walk very far for any length of time, much less between my belly fat, sorry for the vulgarity there, and my hip. I couldn't hardly put my socks on. It was a struggle putting socks on my feet. Now I can bring my leg up over my other leg and put my socks on. Walking is still an issue, but the flexibility in my hip, I think that is attributed to it, along with, because I haven't lost, so far I've lost 25 pounds. So I haven't lost a significant lot in my belly, but I think the hip movement, the inflammation's gone. Now it's just the arthritis, I think. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I no longer need a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That happened in about a month. September 27th, I actually slept through the night, no wake-ups during the night. So my sleep has significantly improved. I have sleep apnea. I don't tell anybody, and I stopped wearing the CPAP machine years ago. But my husband tells me I've completely stopped snoring, so that's a good thing. We have a bed that automatically adjustable bed, and I had to sleep with it on an incline because of acid reflux during the night, especially if I ate later at night or Mexican or something like that. I would wake up with acid reflux. Heartburns, always had Tums beside my bed at night. Gone. In a month, all that is gone. My restless legs hasn't completely gone away, but it's been significantly reduced. Anyway, I have a running list of a lot of things that I want to track and see if my energy level is up. My brain fog is gone. A lot of times I find myself bored, wanting to do something, but my body's not there yet. So I kind of get a little frustrated in that I want to do some stuff, but my body's just not caught up with my mind, I guess you could call it. So anyway, I am pleased. I want to document this. I just don't know if I want to put it anywhere, but I've taken measurements and I've body measurements and pictures, which I will not show on anywhere but myself. But anyway, there you have it. So we'll check back in a couple weeks or so. Okay, as you can see from my long-winded documentary, blog, whatever you want to call it, I am on a different path now, and part of my absence is just the, what do you call it? For a lack of a better word, it's almost like deconstructing everything that you've done for decades and for for my whole life, coming to grips with. It's a lifestyle, not a diet, and a lifestyle is a change. And so I've been working through that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put this on my channel, but I thought, it's important. I'm 60, I'll be 62 in just, I don't know, 6 weeks. My husband is 67, over 67 now, and we retired a couple years ago, and we can't physically do what we want to do and enjoy our retirement life with our health issues. So I think it is a good pivot for my channel and what I'm going to do moving forward. I have jars of things that I've put time and effort and resources into. So I'm not sure. Come along with me. Let's see what we do. But today is the 31st of October. So basically, I have been keto. I went carnivore early October the 3rd. And I've been on this carnivore journey for almost a month. And I want to document this because I think it is so amazing, and I've talked to family and friends about it. I'm passionate about what I'm seeing in my life, and I decided when I did this carnivore, I was just going all in, and I wanted to do a 90-day challenge. That's a lot, and I couldn't have picked the worst time of year to do this challenge because October is supposed to be pumpkin spice lattes and hot cocoa mixes in the fall weather, and so yeah, I've made these. When I started making these mixes, I was thinking, I can't drink this stuff. So I did make a keto version of my hot chocolate. And it was good. But honestly, without the marshmallows, hot chocolate ain't the same. But anyway, so it's kind of been a challenging month. I haven't been tempted like I thought I would. I don't miss anything. I get satiated. In fact, I cannot eat enough calories. So I'm working on that because I'll eat maybe 2 or 3 eggs and some bacon or something in the morning, and I'm done till this evening. And I need to up my protein and fat and all that carnivore stuff, but I'm getting there. One of the significant things that happened in December that has really, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivated or solidified to keep going, for me to keep going longer than 30 days on carnivore, is my hips. I cannot tell you, I wish I had physically documented the hip progress that I've done. So at my worst, or I should say one of my worst episodes I had in Walmart, my hips hurt so bad, I couldn't finish the grocery shop that my husband had to finish. I could barely make it. I was going to try to make it to the car. I couldn't even make it to the car. I barely made it outside the doors where there was a bench to sit on. And I would have cried. I was on the verge of tears, but there was people, so I didn't want to make a scene. But And that was, gosh, we retired a couple years ago, so 3, maybe 4 years ago. It was just a few years ago. Fast forward, retired. We went on 2 Disney trips. We went last February of 24, and we went in June. Went February 24. We took our grandsons in June of this year, and then we went back in August, the end of August this year. So 3 trips to Disney World, and all 3 times we had to get a scooter to get around. I just don't want to live like that. Well, I started on keto, went carnivore, pretty strict carnivore. I do a little bit of cheese and things here and there. But I started walking October the 14th. So I've been carnivore for a couple weeks at that point. I started walking, and I don't even know how many feet. It was 1,000. I don't know how many feet it was, but it was 1,000 steps on my watch. It's not very far. And I had to stop several times, try to squat, try to make it back. It's October 14th. Yesterday was October the 30th, and I we had to stop by Sam's. I came out of Sam's and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even need to hold on to the buggy. I just walked in there. There was no pain, and came to the car. I was like, man, it was great, but it was like, that was something new I had not experienced in years. So then today we had some more errands, and we went to Walmart, and again, I walked in, I did what I had to do, and I came out. No pain. I don't know what's going on, but this is my 30-day check-in, so to speak, on carnivore. I'm excited about where it's going. I've lost almost 29 pounds so far since starting in September. And I've kind of battled. I was just talking to my friend the other day. She gains 3, loses 3, gains 3. I'm like, yeah, I chase that 3-pound demon all the time. And most of my problem is I'm not eating enough. I gotta start eating more, which sounds counterintuitive, but anyway, not only there's 3 main health significance that have transpired in the last 30 days. I mentioned the hip one. Maybe a week or so ago, maybe a week and a half, I was able to come off my high blood pressure meds. I tracked it for a couple days just to make sure. Well, what happened was my blood pressure had started coming down, was still kind of elevated, according to my monitor, elevated or hyperstaged 1 in the mornings, but by the afternoons after I checked my pill, it was better. So when I started noticing that my blood pressure was normal before I took my blood pressure meds, I tracked that for a couple days, and then I think it was like 3 days into that, my blood pressure just dropped that afternoon. I was dizzy, and so the next day I didn't take it, and I haven't taken it anymore. I have to look and see what date that was. But so my hip pain seems to be gone. We'll keep you posted. I'm off my high blood pressure meds. It's normal. The other significant thing, which is why I started this, because I'm like, oh God, I'm a diabetic now. What am I going? I don't want to go there. I don't want to have all those problems. And so when I started tracking my blood glucose in the mornings, it was just spiking. It was high. I think the highest during September was like 160 something in the morning, like waking. And so, but after I started carnivore, it really started leveling off. And now I run around the 100, 101, 103. I have had a 98, but it has leveled my morning blood glucose. We are having our blood work done next month, so I'm really excited to see where my A1C level is in just a matter of so August 14th, September, October, November, 3 months. So the middle of November, I'm hoping to see a significant decrease in my A1C. The carnivore, to me, I'm glad I'm losing weight. I know I took measurements. I know my clothes are big on me now. But, and that is great. But the health benefits, and I wasn't I didn't have a lot of chronic illnesses, but those 3 things that I have that's been resolved, I'm calling them resolved, healed, in remission, whatever you want to call it, is huge. And so anyway, I know this is probably a long video, and I apologize for that, but I think it's important where I'm going with my channel. I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out, but I would like to document my 90-day challenge. I know I didn't start at the beginning. I probably should have, in retrospect, to show the realness of it. It wasn't an easy cakewalk to start with, but I was determined, and which is half the battle, right? The mind over matter. I know there was a saying in Weight Watchers, nothing tastes as good as thin feels, and that is a true statement. But nothing tastes as good as good health, because when you don't have good health, it's hard to enjoy life. And so I hope this is encouraging. I'm not telling anybody to do carnivore or keto, but to research it. I think once you start researching this lifestyle, which is at the core level, if you just cut out, which is hard to do, you cut out all sugar, anything with sugar or sweeteners, low calorie sweeteners, anything in a box, anything processed, and just eat clean whole foods. That in itself will help. The problem I had, all those past failures on the diet, I hear this term in the carnivore world. You're either a moderator or forget the other word. Anyway, I can't think of the other word. Basically, I am not able to monitor food. For example, I hate to admit it, I'm a sugar addict. And not every cake, but Kroger's has this sour cream angel food cake that is so moist and delicious. And not at one sitting, but throughout the day, I could eat that whole angel food cake. Cheetos, it's probably my kryptonite. No matter how big the bag is, I could eat the whole bag. And so I love Cheetos. So I'm sure everybody out there has one or two things that they can just gorge on because they love it so much. So on those times when I failed, stress hit me or whatever, it's a holiday, it's a birthday, just have a piece of cake, just tomorrow, just get back on it. There is no tomorrow for me. There was no tomorrow after that cheat. So that's another thing I'm coming to realize is there's no cheat for Brenda's story. So I don't know how I'm going to move forward. Will I stay on carnivore after the 90 days? Will I go back to keto or ketovore? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know I don't ever want to put another piece of cake in my mouth. I know that there's some things I'll just have to live without because my health is more important, and I never want to fall back. Because like my sister-in-law said one day, she was on a diet. I think she was on Weight Watchers. She goes, yeah, I fell off that wagon and I burned it and pulled it into the woods. No, I fell off that wagon, pulled it into the woods and burned it. And she ain't been able to get back on it since. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. And I know I've been strong with a big why. My big why has helped me push through. So I don't know what we're going to do, what the next video is going to be about, but I just wanted to get online and share it with the precious people who decided to follow my channel and like my videos and encourage me. I wanted to just kind of let you know what's going on, and hopefully this inspires you. I know it's a horrible time of the year to start any kind of this, but when is a good time? January? January 1 always comes and we always fall. So today is the first day of the rest of your life. And we got to have a big why, of course. But anyway, I hope this encourages you to think outside the box for your health. And leave in the comments below, maybe there's something you can help me with. Maybe you're on the same trajectory, the same journey. You come to the same realization that I have, and you're like, hey, this is what's helped me. And let's encourage and lift each other up. That's what the Bible tells us to do, to encourage one another. That's what we're here for. That is the church. So have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next video.